Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes, the penultimate episode. We know we love a penultimate.
We do love a penultimate.
We do.
We do.
Yes.
Something just popped up on the laptop. I should probably clear that.
Oh.
Just in case. Oh, it went away.
It went away.
Good.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We did a silly TikTok. Well,
we did.
It wasn't really a silly TikTok.
It was marketing.
I just did some marketing. So if you found us from the marketing, we really hope you enjoy this because it's a great show. It really is. So if you haven't found us from marketing, you should check out our TikTok and our Instagram and all that stuff at Husbands Watching. If you don't find us there, it's at Husbands Watching Housewives, oddly enough. So,
oddly enough.
It's it's a long name to fit in a lot of social media.
You never really know how long it is until you write it out. Because housewives is a long word.
And then when you spell it wrong, I spell it wrong regularly. I spell it like Hosueves, like Hosue. It's a whole horrible.
Like Hosea.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So, this is a good episode.
It was a good episode. Yeah.
I think it covered. It did some good follow up from Grenada. And gave us all the things we were promised.
Yes. Yeah. The fallout was very swift with Kelli and Brit.
Yeah.
And about something as small as a glam team situation.
Right. Well, I think for sure, and we'll get there later in more detail, but when you just straight up ignore someone and play that whole silence game, it's
and
just
I'm
dumb
on
as hell.
I'm on Kelly's side, but that's just dumb. Just be even if you're just I'm losing a button, even if it's just a, hey, how's it doing? And just keep going.
Or just some sort of shit-eating grin of just
We're too old to be playing silent treatment.
Yeah, that's not good. But we remembered, because we're keeping track of it now. Well, not keeping track, but we remembered how the episode started.
Yes.
With Shamea going to the hospital or to the doctor.
Doctors with her daughters. Before that, the producer was saying to her, why is your kid so greased up? And Shamea would be like, that's, my mom greased me up. And now my skin's amazing, and I can go out without foundation. It's true. She does look pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking about for the episode title, was something about why is
grease
so
is
greased
the word.
up. Yeah.
Why he's so greased up?
Yeah.
Why is that baby so greased up?
Well, no, I love
she was when I was a kid, I was greased up and I was on the playground. Things would stick to me.
But it seems to have paid off for Shamea because she does look great.
She does.
Can go out without foundation. That's for sure.
Amazing. Yeah.
So
a lot was covered in the, thankfully her daughter's okay, but still going through medical issues. The worry of any little thing could affect her because of her compromised immune system. Must be very scary. And then they talk about having another kid and that the transfer with their recent surrogate didn't go well. And so now they're putting a bit of a pause, but she just still wants to give her husband a son. But it's a lot to go through when you're dealing with raising one kid, a kid that's not in the best place health-wise, right. And then trying to have another one. That must be very stressful.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what it is when whenever you hear people saying we're going for one more, we want to have a boy, I feel you don't hear the success stories of when that happens. No one ever talks about, we desperately wanted a boy and a girl, and then we got a boy and a girl and it worked out. You only ever hear about, we desperately wanted a boy and we had another girl. With my family, my mom wanted a girl and I was the fifth boy.
Did she?
She wanted a girl. I think every parent wants a good mix of boys and girls, and especially I think when you're a mother and then you find yourself surrounded by nothing but boys. You just want I think you want someone who's and as much as my mom loves a fart joke, and I say loves because she's in heaven right now laughing at a fart joke. Yeah. She wanted a girl around who wasn't going to be all disgusting and smelly and farty and all that stuff. So
different energy.
Yeah. So what she got was me instead. So she got halfway there. But no, I think we have we have friends who we're going to try for one more, and then they got one more of the same gender that they had.
Yeah. So, you see horrible gender reveals gone wrong all the time on the internet. So yeah, people
are just really obsessed with getting that boy girl mix. But sorry, I got derailed there.
No. It's something I hadn't thought about. So I wonder if they will keep going, but maybe she'll talk about that more at the reunion.
Yeah, maybe they will.
So went from her to...
Well, then it just seemed to be the split between, it was...
Well, no, it was Kelly's court date first.
Oh, that's right.
Where she's still not divorced. Her husband went to jail for not paying child support. And it was 4 hours of a circus. And
yeah. But it was nice that Shamea and Angela came over to wish her well and check on her court date. And then who called?
No, Angela called.
Angela called, right. Shamea was there. Right. So,
but then it went to the Williams-Sonoma event of Kelly and Charles.
It wasn't even that. Then it was what's her face on the... Oh, I guess it was the Williams-Sonoma event. You're right, because it was the Williams-Sonoma event with half the women, and then it was Brit, Porsha, and Cynthia over at Brit's house.
At Brit's house, where she finally decided to invite someone to her house.
Yes. They really glossed over it when they walked in, but there was like a whole tarp down as though they were doing construction at some point.
It didn't even look like the same, because her house.
Right.
Like, because she was... Did she move? Because she was in a townhouse at the beginning of the season.
It does seem like a different house.
It was totally her house.
Yeah. Right. Or maybe not. I don't know. Like, they didn't show the whole thing, but it did look...
I feel like when at that house, you walked like right into the kitchen.
Right. That's what I was thinking as well. I did think something looked a little strange or different. I wouldn't say strange, just different about the whole situation. But it looked like a very nice house.
Yeah.
When they walked in immediately and, went straight down to the lower level, I was just like, oh, lower levels on Housewives never goes well.
Come down to my basement. Why?
Well, and then...
Can we not sit in your kitchen?
Right. Yeah. And then they get down there and it was kind of low ceilings and everything. And it seemed like a lot of stuff was down there. So if they just moved in there, they really acquired a lot of stuff. So that's why I'm
confused about her situation, and we'll never know because she's not going to be at the damn reunion.
That's true. We will never know. But yes, then the other half was at Williams-Sonoma.
Yes, it was Angela, Drew, Kelly, and that's it.
Was Shamea?
No, Shamea wasn't either one.
Was she?
Maybe because she was still recovering from strep.
Oh, maybe. I don't.
Yeah.
I want to say she was at Williams-Sonoma, but she was just being...
She wasn't. No, Phaedra was the other.
Phaedra, yeah. Thank you.
So how does this rando, who obviously signed a release because he wasn't blurred.
He has a name. His name is Marcus.
Random Marcus. How does he just get past, or who did he talk to in production in order to allow him to roll up on... If I was Angela, I would be like, I don't know this person. Why are you letting him roll up on me? He could have a gun. Maybe they patted him down, whatever. You could have a pistol. I would be really upset with production for letting him get so close to me and then delivering this whole cryptic message of I know about Charles, and then the cheers and cheers if your name is Angela and your husband's cheating on you. Who vetted this person?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way Kelly makes it seem is that it was a public event, and that it wasn't just restricted to...
Oh, so you probably had to sign a release to get... Knowing he was going to events, that's like at any restaurant.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
True.
So, but production still could have stopped him after the first time, but then when he came back to that cheers, and someone should have stopped that man. It took Kelly putting her security, not production putting their security on this dude.
Yeah, it was...
I'd be annoyed if I was Angela.
No, I for sure would be annoyed. I'd be annoyed that also Charles just didn't hear what he was saying. How oblivious is Charles?
Well, it's probably really loud in there, and he was so focused on his waffles.
Yeah, see, you can't even say it with a straight face.
Bananas Foster's waffles.
Focus on his waffles. So
they're all like, "Oh my god, this is so good!" And I'm like, "There's a banana on that waffle. It's not good."
Yeah.
After we just had this conversation with our friends, how we don't like bananas. And certainly not on my damn waffle.
Yeah, banana. Yeah,
forget that.
Talking to our friends, so Jeff and I aren't big fruit people. I know, haha, funny, we're gay, we don't like fruit. But bananas in particular, just the texture is no good.
It's weird.
And I was just telling Sean why I don't like bananas is also sometimes, I don't eat a banana, so I don't know I don't know the joy of a perfectly ripe banana, and therefore I also don't know the gloom of a bad banana.
Right.
But I was saying, sometimes I see people peel a banana, and sometimes the peel sticks to the actual banana itself, and then it looks like there's just hair coming off the banana. And I know it's not actually hair, but again, just the texture thing seems like it would trigger for me, where there's like little like follicles hanging off the banana. I don't want to put that in my mouth. Yeah,
it's the skin. Like after the peel, there's still like skin to the banana. My mom eats the banana like I think every day for breakfast with her oatmeal.
Well,
that's
the other problem. Oatmeal. Who the hell eats oatmeal? My dad.
My mother, like all the time. Like I think almost every morning she eats oatmeal.
See, I think if you eat oatmeal, then you have to put disgusting shit on there like bananas, just to make it less disgusting.
I'd be fine with oatmeal. It's just like grainy soup, but like I don't.
It doesn't sound like you're fine with it, because I'm not fine. I'm not down with grainy soup.
I would do that over just a straight up banana.
Didn't we try when we moved in together, like oatmeal, like during the pandemic or something? We bought some oatmeal, and because again, it was
gross. Yes, it was just like add water, and like it never got thick enough, and it was like paste. It was like elementary school paste.
Yeah, I just don't understand why people eat it. And like, I think even if maybe add some berries, I could get it. Like I'm down with raspberries, I'm down with strawberries, but bananas, no, thank you.
No, I do bananas that were like a little yogurt parfait for breakfast though.
What? You do bananas over parfait?
I do oatmeal over yogurt.
Well, you don't like yogurt.
I don't.
Yogurt's delicious. Yogurt and granola, that's fantastic.
No, I do like granola. Anyways,
but no, we're not done digressing. Yeah. The whole banana. Oh, see, a banana though it's very convenient. Like it's portable, and it has its own skin. You can take it with you. Like it would be a great snack, but I just hate bananas. I just can't get it.
An apple's a good snack too. Like you put it in a little Tupperware, like sliced apples.
Well, that's the thing with an apple though. You can bring with you to bite into it if you really, really want to.
Yeah, I mean, you can't when people put it down though, like on a desk. I'm like, what are you doing? That's gonna go back in your mouth.
Well, it's not like. Yeah, I can see what you're saying on that, but yeah.
Like when I'm at my desk, my 11 o'clock snack, as I've told people about before, either 10 or 11 at work, and I'll have a granola bar. I keep it in the wrapper as I'm eating it, because I don't like eat the whole thing at once, of course. I'm not like freaking downing a granola bar. So I keep it in the wrapper so it's not like touching my desk. So I'm putting it down, typing, snack.
Well, couldn't you just put it on a napkin though, too?
I'd have to get a napkin.
You get a napkin with everything.
I don't have a napkin. This is my backpack.
You get it out of your backpack. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not like going to like the office kitchen.
Okay, all right, and okay, I'll forgive you this once. But but we're also, for those who are new, we're very jealous of people who just pick up fruit and eat it, like
or bell pepper.
We had a friend who picked up a bell pepper once. Absolutely crazy. It was bit into a bell pepper like it was an apple.
Like it was an apple. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like she's trying to to gaslight us. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It's normal.
No, there are seeds in there that you don't want in your mouth at all. Like,
right.
I guess you get apple seeds, but those are easier to sprout.
Freaking
a bell pepper has
like a pit of seeds that you have to yank out and then chop up the bell pepper. You don't chew into it.
I guess nothing stops you from biting into it. You just have to, be careful.
I mean, she might as well grab a watermelon and sunk her.
Well, that's hard because that's a rind you got to get through. But yeah, I mean, it's the same way that my old roommate and my good friend Sarah, she would just peel it it's like when you peel an orange. Like I guess you can do it. But...
My orange is my least favorite fruit. Like I would eat a banana before I would eat an orange.
I still wouldn't eat a banana.
So gross. The texture and the juiciness of it, and just ugh.
What's weird, though, is I remember to this day, my mom, when we go grocery shopping, we used to be able to get a treat. We'd always get one treat per visit. It's her way of making sure that, we didn't become whiny little bitches, but a lot of good it did for me. Anyway, I used to love getting, my one treat was a jar of baby bananas. Up until I was about 7 years old, I would eat baby bananas. There's a little thing I remember, they were 35 cents. You just get it. But I don't know how I went from loving baby bananas to never eating a banana.
It happened, yeah.
I think someone said I think the baby food had a lot of sugar in it, probably. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway. Now, really, how did we get here?
Bananas foster on...
Oh, yes. On Charles's whole thing, yes.
Yes. So Charles didn't hear. He was too busy making his waffles. Angela was all upset. Later on, we find out that they did some reconnaissance. Mm-hmm. They have people who care about them, who
aren't the mob.
Who aren't the mob.
Don't even suggest it's the mob. By the way, the producers are really talking a lot in this episode.
Producer boop, boop, boop. What do you mean?
Why is your baby so greasy?
I think it's better to say greased up than greasy.
Oh, okay.
Like
conveys the same thing.
Like the pizza I had tonight was a little greasy. Shamea's daughter is greased up.
All right, fair enough.
Just I guess just moisturizer.
Yeah.
Anyways, like that skin is popping, so good on you.
I mean, so one time when we were in Hawaii, talk about the child we saw in Hawaii.
No, because that's horrible. I'm not going to talk about someone now in our situation. No, I'm not.
This child.
No, let me tell you. You'll sound better coming from.
Okay.
There was a child who...
We were waiting in line for the tour at the Dole Plantation in Hawaii.
Yes. And there was a child, a black child, who wasn't moisturized enough. And I was like, why isn't that kid moisturized? Why isn't he greased up? I didn't say greased up, of course. And
Jeff's leaving out the part where his parents were two older white people, like probably in their 50s, and it looked like they probably adopted this child, or maybe his grandkid, I don't know. But either way, Jeff was just sitting there, not even silently judging. He was like leaning over me and was like, oh, those people do not know how to take care of the black child.
In terms of his skin regimen, I'm sure they're fantastic parents. I'm not judging their parenting. I'm just judging
the level of ash that kid was.
Yes. It's a thing we've talked about.
No, I've learned a lot. Thank you.
Yes. And like, someday we,
we'll need to moisturize our child. Yes. Yeah. So, as someone, I don't use much moisturizer. I mean, I do I take care of my face, but that's really about it. But having to do my elbows and knees and stuff, I never would have thought about that. But I mean, it makes sense. It totally makes sense.
I've seen many a white person's ashy elbow, and I want to be like, ooh.
You just want to go around and moisturize people like you're Johnny Appleseed with a moisturizer?
I mean, I guess they're just not seeing it. Like, I guess, being a black person, I'm just, it's more obvious to me. But it's an ashy elbow, and I want to say something, but it's not my place, so I just judge. Or on a podcast,
or to your husband. Oh my God, you're so modest. So, how did we get here now? Greased up child. The producers were talking a lot because the reconnaissance and the not being in the mob.
Right.
Yes. So Angela and Charles did some research and found out that someone paid this guy
to roll up on Angela and talk about Charles.
My initial reaction and what they kind of said was it had to have come from someone on the other half that wasn't at the Williams-Sonoma thing. My idea is Brit. Brit did it.
I mean, might as well assume.
But at the same time, I don't think Brit would have paid someone to do it. So it makes me think...
Brit is the one who's been saying louder than anybody about Angela's...
But who said it first?
Who's on first?
Porsha said it first.
Porsha said, didn't say baby. She just said, oh, everyone knows... sits in this, snarky comment about Charles without anything to back it up. Brit was the one who was like, he has a whole baby, and Kelli backed her up at the baby.
A whole entire baby.
She had a whole baby on you.
I don't know. Part of me doesn't. I don't think Brit would pay someone to come up and do that. Whereas
Brit ain't got the money.
Right. That's one. I think Porsha would.
I don't think Porsha has any beef with Angela.
But if if it had already been set in motion, maybe from earlier in the season, maybe it happened. I don't know. The other thought I had was Kenya.
I mean, Kenya and Angela are cool.
But I don't know. I mean, we could just blame Kenya. I mean, she's not going to defend herself.
Well, this season, she should go back next one. Well,
hopefully.
Maybe. I would have, who sees?
Again, if Phaedra can come back, anyone can come back.
Yeah, let's get to Phaedra. Let's hop over there for a second. We're seeing a family scene with Phaedra
in the next to last
episode. Because, I just picked up a peach on my way to I just don't understand how she has a peach and isn't just a friend of. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I get it that I guess contractually that she probably wouldn't settle for less, so I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't need to try so hard. But at the same time, Phaedra was a favorite and has become a favorite of people.
I think being on Schrader's really amplified her.
So I think people would be wondering, like, what happened to her kids? What's all that about? How is she and Apollo doing? You know, and
it was a cool story. You know that her son learned to sew and made his own pants.
I don't even know how to sew and make my own pants. Like,
I learned how to sew like for a home ec class.
I can put a button back on my shirt and maybe sew some stuff. I sewed your pocket once. Remember that?
You did. It came open again.
Hey.
You know, it's the material.
Okay, all right. Don't be.
If anything,
I have sewing skills.
I'm dissing B-Rep's outlet. So it's poorly constructed short pockets, but you know. But yeah,
B-Rep.
Banana Republic.
Yes, I'm aware. We do not need to abbreviate Banana Republic as B-Rep. Okay.
Like the temps.
Yeah. Oh, God. Temperatures. It's fine. Although Banana Republic has much more syllable than B-Rep, so. I always had a problem. One of my friends would always like abbreviate everything. There's a store called Electronics Boutique, and he would call it Elbow, and I was just like, oh.
I thought you would say EB.
I would be happier with that, but I'm going to Elbow. It's like, oh God.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't really understand the Phaedra at all, and I love though that she was like jumped in her car, like just like, I can't wait to tell everybody. Oh, man, Marcus rolled up on Angela, and you know, yeah. No, I mean that's some real time gossip.
Yeah, and she is quick with her comments and her things. Not her reads; they're not reads, but
reads.
But yeah, she's very quick she's very quippy.
Yes.
So I do appreciate her in that regard.
Oh, so at Brit's thing, when she told Porsha that Shamea was showing Brit all of her texts.
Oh, right.
Like the Shamea Porsha text. I'm like, why would you bring Shamea into this? Like, because you're still mad at her for calling you out for your like poor donation?
I think so.
That's just dumb and petty. Like, no, it's even worse after you he's like, girl, I love you, Shamea, you're my sister.
Yeah,
like, screw you, Brit. Like, and they keep throwing her the bus, like she's a bad friend, Porsha. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand.
Her
motives are whack.
It seemed too much already, and it's just. Yeah.
Keep your beef with like, I'm pissed at Kelly for X, Y, and Z. We used to be best friends, now we have a falling out. Shamea didn't make you a falling out with Kelly. Keep that contained.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a kind of an interesting like little caveat, like, oh, but now Kelly is allowing Shamea to use her glam team, but then you didn't have to like go the extra mile of like, and you know what? She's a shitty friend, Porsha. Like, what's the purpose? Like, you are not going to be Porsha's best friend.
Right.
Like, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're in fact, you are right.
She is whack.
So then I guess it just gets to when they go to La Archive.
It's not La Archive.
I wish it was La Archive.
It seems better than La Archive.
I mean, definitely.
A lot more fur.
Oh, well, faux fur.
Some of it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. They're like, well, it's mink, but then everyone's saying it's faux fur. But is it mink or?
Well, she's saying there's faux fur and there's real fur.
Oh,
So that chinchilla. I don't know if that yellow big bird fur, like real fur, it was bad fur.
Yeah. I didn't know that I thought it was still somehow, I guess nothing's illegal when you think about it, but like.
It's not illegal, it's just that PETA will shame you into oblivion.
Well, just in general, I just thought that it was ethically people weren't making clothes using real mink and things like that these days. I thought it just stopped
people
happening.
Are, or there's like, it's vintage. I think a lot of people still are. If people are still hunting, people are still making fur from animals. It's just not. It's frowned upon,
right?
And you're not as opulent,
right? It's not as big of a status symbol anymore, right? Because it's a little tacky in some walks. So okay, that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, if it had been La Archive, I mean, that would have been like a perfect way to just at least throw Marlo a bone.
Yes. Like, hey guys, come to my little event.
Yes.
Like, and I'll be like, Marlo, Cynthia's friend. Friend of.
But yeah, so it was at the wherever it was where
the fashion show with a black and white theme.
It was a black glove event was the theme.
Oh.
So that was the name. It was Phaedra's black glove event.
Right. And then Drew showed up late, so she didn't get inside.
Got to eat chicken wings with security guard.
Like, knock. I mean, why are you eating the security guards?
I think they were probably flirting or something, or he saw the cameras and was like, "Oh, let me come up."
But like, you got his gnawed on bones in that little like to-go container, and you're reaching in past his gnawed on spit shot bones to get a chicken wing. No, ma'am, I'm not that hungry.
I did like that she was at least out there with other people who also showed up late. Like had it just been Drew, it would have been petty and I think a little bit of a dig.
I thought it was her team for some reason.
For a little bit, but no, it was a lot of other people too because they were like, yeah, traffic was bad. So
it's Atlanta, leave early.
That's the thing that I have no excuse for. It's like, how long it takes. Like you check Google, like if don't you check Google for how long?
It's like when Porsha showed up to like Shamea's thing in episode 1 late. Like
right.
It's Atlanta. You're going across town, whatever.
I mean, it says the two people that showed up 15 minutes late to dinner tonight, but
we should have checked the traffic.
We should have checked the traffic. So our bad. Sorry, Sean. Sorry, Richard.
I was gonna say the one good thing I can say about Brit in the scene is I like her bob. It's cute. It frames her face well, and I think it's better than when she has longer hair. Okay. That's my one good thing I can say about Brit.
And she's a good mother.
She's not a mother.
Can't we just
As Kelly pointed out so strongly.
Oh, well.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear it, but apparently Kelly basically referred to Brit as a pill popper or talking about taking pills. Then Brit fires back with all your abortions.
There's never...
As long as they make it right. And we don't need to talk about abortions.
Right.
And then Phaedra jumping in like you can't even have an abortion because of our current president. It was all just like, what is happening? And then...
Well, don't forget Phaedra's thing about the Michael Jackson...
oh, my Lord. Too soon. Always too soon. I don't care if that was 2008, 2009. Too soon. Too soon. And then, Kelly jumps back with, you can't even be a mother or you can't have a kid. It's like, oh, let's not talk about our reproductive situation.
Yeah, that's always like a low blow that like we've yet to see that ever turn out well in any housewife.
And the fact that like Cynthia and Shamea were both like, that was too low, talking about her abortions, alleged abortions.
Right.
Which Kelly says she can't even have because her tubes were tied.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise to me now after seeing this that like Brit's not coming back for another season of her own free will,
Well, we haven't even gotten to the whole thing that she supposedly says about Shamea's daughter.
Oh, I
think it's something to the effect like you should be home with your kid.
Oh.
Your sick child, basically.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's going to actually make it to the episode. But Shamea said in an interview that's whatever. So yeah, I think Brit's goes really low, and it's all about some damn glam. Like I didn't support you because you talk whatever. Like you didn't.
You like convinced your glam team to not work with me.
So I knew that you're having a really difficult time and you're having your divorce proceedings. I didn't call support you. Then you're not a friend,
right? Yeah,
that's really petty. Like. Yeah.
Well, and especially because she keeps bringing it down to like, oh, she's just mad that I looked better than she did, which I don't think that's, well, whether you think that or not, which I don't disagree.
Lies, because you know what? Neither of them look good.
Oh God. You're not wrong on that.
Fashion wise,
but again,
Kelly is very pretty. Like usually from head.
But biologically, they're both beautiful women.
Biologically.
I'm just saying what God gave them was, fantastic. What they choose to do with it, clothing wise, isn't.
Biology is like, why am I in it? No, I think head to weave, Kelly looked amazing. Her outfits sometimes are like,
unlike Angela's wig this week.
I mean,
I had to rewind it because I was just like,
what is happening?
Like, did she not like notice that when she left the house?
I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
She could have kept those braids in.
Someone's at our door?
At our door.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's look at the Ring doorbell.
All right, and we're back.
And we're back.
So apparently, DoorDash or something dropped off a Taco Bell order at our front door, but it was the wrong house. And then meanwhile, the person whose order it was came to our house and took it, but then the driver came back and rang our doorbell saying, "What happened to the food I left on your front porch?"
And we know all this because of our Ring doorbell, because the guy who grabbed the food was like, "Sorry, the driver dropped it off at the wrong address," and like walked off, like talking to our Ring as if,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
But we live on a cul-de-sac, so when people ring our doorbell, they're really here intentionally.
Especially at like, what time is it?
10:30 at night?
Yeah.
We're old. We don't get people over at 10:30.
No, I was really like, don't answer the door. Like, this could be like a scam.
And then the driver didn't speak English, so he had a whole translate thing. And so he's holding up to the window, but then he held it up to the screen. And so the screen should have made it so I couldn't read it. Or I'm also old, so I was like, could you pull that further away, please? Either way.
Let me get on my reading glasses.
I know. I was like, hold on a sec. But then that's when I was like, I'm opening the door. This is rude.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
And meanwhile, I'm like, because I've seen every scary movie, like, don't answer the door. He's going to kill us. No.
So
we're alive.
Where were we?
Shamea.
Shamazel.
Brit.
I think we're done.
The pettiness. Okay,
it was the pettiness of all this over being over glam.
And we were talking about various people's hair and whatever.
Yeah, which again, and you didn't want biology into this. So anyway,
yes.
What I really wish Kelli was able to bring up again, because I think she said it once. You don't remember this, but she said it in a previous episode that her whole thing was that she doesn't mind so much that Brit was using her glam. It's that Brit was relying on it. That like Brit wasn't trying to give anything else or contribute anything towards it. And that's what I think it comes down to, is that I think Kelli probably would have had no problem if Brit paid for her glam,
right?
But she was like, "Oh, girl, you got glam here with you? Oh, I'll just use it," and was probably piggybacking all her glam off of Kelli and not really paying for it,
right? Or had to like basically not like steal, as in like you can't use Kelli anymore, but basically wanted to bogart her.
Yeah. So I think if that hopefully that comes up at the reunion, because I think that puts it in more context, and also it validates me that I'm not just making this whole thing up. Like I just pulled that out of my ass.
No, you did. She said something to that fact. But I think also too, it goes back to Granada when Kelli didn't support Brit as much as Brit thought she should have.
Right.
Like was on Shamea's side, rightfully so, about the little teensy tiny donation that Brit made.
Right.
So it's not just about glam, but to go so low as they both did was just like unnecessary.
And then when she starts saying, she used the phrase, "I'm going to empty the clip."
Is that what she said?
That's what she said.
That's what Brit said.
That's what Brit said. Like, you don't want me to go there. I'll empty the clip. You've already
girl.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you already have like a pistol allegation on you, and you're like, "Oh, I don't even own a pistol." It's like,
I thought clip like pull like the receipts, like I'll show the clip.
You mean like Dorinda?
No.
So
that's clamp. No, I didn't get that context, but it makes sense.
I'm just
so where Kenya's like, "See, I told you, Bravo. She always has a pistol at the ready."
Mm-hmm.
Her metaphorical clip.
Yes. So, yeah, it was too low. It was not called for, and I don't think we're going to be missing out on much with her not coming back. Like, I would still like to hear her not explain, but I'd still like to hear her side and see how she felt about it in an environment where she could actually get her words out and not have to rely on all this. But, that ship is safe.
Yeah, it's like now you like A, skip through and B, are suing Bravo.
Right.
Like, unless she goes on Carlos King or something, she's not going to get her side out. And
she's going to Vile Files or something.
The Vile Files. Do they watch Atlanta?
Hey now. Brit could be our first. No, I'm kidding. I don't think we'd even want to do that.
Oh, God, no. We don't. I don't think we really want. Not that they're like lining up to be on our show. I think we just prefer talking about them rather than like talking to them.
I don't know. I think we could figure it out.
It could be interesting.
It could be. Sorry, we're both doing this whole, maybe.
So Bravo, email us, Bravo publicist.
I think again, that's one of those things I'm looking forward to with all of our marketing, speaking to someone about marketing better. But I think also that we, like the same thing that when we interviewed Pablo about Hunks and Housewives, like there's an actual like PR department that we should reach out to if we were interested in that sort of thing. And luckily right now we're not. But so we're still just trying to get people to listen to the podcast. Exactly.
But then I think having a housewife on would draw
and seeing all these things.
Chicken, egg, cart, horse.
All these. You know me, I like putting the cart before the horse. I really do. So.
But then we end on a really sad note with Porsha's cousin.
Oh yeah,
she was. I think she was one of like level-headed, sane people on Porsha's Family Matters.
I recall,
and she was at the Porsha Paid For by Porsha event this season, and she seemed like a really nice person.
Yeah.
So it's really sad that she passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's always interesting when someone's family member is like just just the level-headed side. You're like, how are you related?
Right.
You're like, you're just cutting through all the BS and just saying it how it is, and there's no like, you're not getting heated about it. And so it's interesting on Porsha's family show that she was like,
I think because she wasn't looking to be a star. She was just like, I'm supporting Porsha. This is her show. I love her. She's my family. She wasn't trying to be like the Laundry show. And I think that
I would have watched. I would have watched the Laundry show.
Same.
So. Well, we got one more episode of Atlanta before the reunion.
Right. I'm sure we'll get reunion look sometime this week.
Oh, that's true.
And also a trailer, I would hope.
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we covered everyone, yes?
Yeah. No, again, it was a good episode. I think they've got, unfortunately, it took like getting to the end of the season where really like started getting good, but I feel like these last from like Granada on have been great episodes because sometimes the episode after the trip filler because they need to stick something in there before they get to their finale, but this was just like things were happening and things were moving. And so.
I feel like there was another franchise recently that we felt this about, that like it just really took a long time to get started. It might have been Potomac last season.
Could be. Was it OC?
OC maybe as well.
A lot with OC.
Well, OC had the whole, that might have been the season before where Shannon and Tamara apologized to each other and all that. But
and the Alexis of it all.
Yeah, that might have taken a while. But either way, I think we covered Atlanta.
I think so too.
And then we'll cover it all some more next time.
Till next time.